Hello guys, my name is Marco. So on this video I decided to make it feel like a summary feel type of video. So hopefully that turned out to be great. The stuff I'm gonna talk about and mention and show everything like that is not gonna be like summary theme or summary feel of it. It's not. You know, I just feel like I want to do it because right now we're in the home stretch of summer, and when September rolls around, that's where fall starts kind of rolling in a little bit. So there's that. Okay, so in this video, what I want to talk about, I want to talk about the concept, the idea of photography and videos. And this could be like for Instagram or your Photoshop or Snapchat. I know Photoshop is not an actual site or whatever, but it's like an application, but still whatever, you know. Could be anything that has to do with the ideas of photos. To me, it's gonna be Instagram, or it could be something else. And the other things could be videos. Could be your Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever. Okay, to me, it's gonna be YouTube, maybe Instagram. There's that. Okay, so there's that. But I'll show you guys all of that stuff, and it goes into like the idea that I'm gonna show you guys DIY hacks and advice and stuff like that. Now all of this is going to be for beginners, because experts, I mean people that know a lot about these things, they probably have a team or they have things, stuff like that. So I'm just going to tell you straight up. So if you're like, oh yeah, I knew this, or I knew that, or I knew this, or like I already know these things, it's like, yeah, but if you already know this, if you already have, for instance, like if you have this thing, then don't, this is for beginners. Okay, so this first one is understanding your camera, right? A lot of times people say they need an expensive camera because we want good quality. There's people out there on YouTube that have expensive cameras that have good quality, but their content, it feels like it's filtering. It feels like it's a content that a lot of people can actually do. Like if you have a good camera quality, if you don't know nothing about being creative, nothing about making like this big editing stuff or anything like that, then your content is just gonna be like, oh, it's the guy with, he makes content, but it's just good quality. He makes content, he has good quality camera, not good quality content, more like good quality camera quality. Like camera quality is really good, and that's it. You need content, and that's why some people are gonna be like, yeah, I can watch this guy. It looks like watch him 4K, but at the same time, it's like, are his videos, you know, are there like the stuff that he's showing me, stuff like, are they any good? So at the same time, you need to really understand that most of the time, it's not about your camera. It's mostly about what you bring to when you're filming a video, your content. You know, that's what it's about. Content is key, or anything like that when it comes to you making a movie, a film, whatever. That's the important thing. You can use your phone. That's what I recommend. Use your phone, save your money, okay? Save money to get yourself a good camera. And once you get used to it, get a thing or two about you filming with your phone, once you get your good camera, you're going to be really good. You're going to be an expert. Why? Because you have the experience. And that's most important, the experience. A lot of people buy really expensive camera and they don't have the experience, and they get bored and they should leave the camera to the side, and that's that. So, okay, so this next one is called camera gels. Now, camera gels are this translucent, flexible plastic material that comes with a lot of different colors, and this is mainly used to put in front of the light so it can change the color of the light, which makes you can do warm and lighter tones and anything like that. And overall, it's a really great thing. Now, camera gels are not really that expensive, but at the same time, it's one of those things that you're thinking in your brain, you're like, should I get it or should I not get it? Like, I don't know if I need it, you know? And you're just like in that sort of awkward thing because like it costs like around this much, and like, I don't know if I want to get it and stuff like that. So one of the things that I found, I actually went to the Dollar Tree and actually found these. These are dividers, binder dividers, and they came with different colors. And these are translucent, and they kind of give me like a sort of similar vibe to camera gels. So what you can do is you can get this orange one, and then you can also put two of them and put them together, and then you can get more intense these type of colors. So I thought that was pretty cool. It only cost me around $1, and it comes with like a lot of these colors. And just buy a 2-pack and just use them. And I feel like that's a cool little hack thing that I found. That was only cost $1. For this next one, I want to talk about softboxes. Softboxes are one of those things that's important when it comes to your photos or your videos, because it's one of those things that you'll need to light up the subject. It could be you, it could be somebody else, and it's really important. Now, a lot of times people will say, it's either should I make it or should I buy it? If you make it, great, just save probably some cash. If you buy it, you probably not gonna save cash, but you're just gonna have it, meaning that is you don't have to do it. So there's that. My recommendation, what I think, is this: you need to understand that a softbox or whatever lighting you're gonna use, nobody is gonna see it. Like right now, there's a softbox right here lighting this part of me, and guess what? You're not looking at the softbox, you're only looking at the light. So if you can make the jankiest, messed up looking softbox that costs you like what, extremely cheap, and just light up your subject, and you could be making really good videos, like lit videos, because that's all it is. It's like a lot of people, you will spend like a lot of money on certain lights, which it is important and stuff like that, but at the same time, it's like nobody's gonna see it. But at the same time, you want it to look good because you're gonna have it in your room or in your setup. You want it to look at least a little bit decent because you're gonna see it. People are gonna see when they walk in, so there's those things. Just that, and also I have these big softboxes, which I don't necessarily recommend if you have a smaller one, just because they're gonna take away a lot of space. Like I don't even know where to put this softbox that I have here. Next one is color light. What I mean by this is that a lot of times people say, oh, I'm gonna do a Instagram effect to it, a filter and stuff like that. But if you just invest in some RGB light bulbs or RGB lights, those things are really amazing because it can really make your photos look really intense. Meaning that if you, as much stuff that you do right here before you take the photo or before you click record, the lighting and all these things you can do, you can actually make the video look really good without even like having a great expensive camera. You know what I mean? So RGB lights is one of those things that I really do enjoy because you can just set it with one color and it works. And they look pretty amazing. What I did here is basically I grabbed a PVC pipe, I grabbed an RGB light strip, which comes like around 12 bucks at eBay or something like that. I stick electrical wire tape, also glue on the back because it comes with adhesive glue, and I just stick it into this stand that I have here, and it's great. And ever since there, I've like, it's been working well for me. Okay, so last time I went to the dollar store. This was actually a dollar store, not a dollar store tree. It was one of those like just called dollar store, and I actually found this right here. This right here is actually a car window. You know, kind of like you put this thing in the front of your car like that, so your car won't get heated up when it's really hot outside. So this is what I found. This cost me like around $1. You can also find these at thrift stores. There's probably places, but this is really good because once I saw it, I knew it was like for windshield cars or something like that. But I saw that it says it was like a silverish, you know, mirror reflective color. It reminded me of a reflector. One of those reflectors, you can actually buy collapsible reflectors online, stuff like that. But this cost me $1. It's really great. You can actually get this, get a like a stand, tape it or glue it in there, and it will go all the way down like that. So there's that. And it can really be, you can really reflect a lot of stuff. This is very useful when you have like dark areas on this side and you have light hitting this and you want this side, this dark area, to be lit up. You use this right here where the shadow is, so it can balance the light, hit you, and everything's all good. It's really good to use these, for instance, outside. Now, they also have, when it comes to reflectors, those have like the goldish one, and that one's also good, but I don't know if they have like this on gold. They're pretty cool, but nonetheless, cost me $1. It's great. I use this for my from my PVC pipe RGB light that I said that I made, which is pretty cool. Now, if you want to use that RGB light as like your main key light, I recommend not get the RGB, but get the ones that is white. those one will be a lot better. So there's that. Okay, so this next one I want to talk about is light ring. Now, light ring is one of those things that I've tried to make some, and I did. I DIY it, and I made some, and they work really well, which is great. But there are things to know about light ring. Light rings are one of those things that's very good to use for, like, if you're a beauty guru or if you just want to light up your face. But to me, I'm one of those people that the problem with light rings is that it's gonna light up your face, and it does light up your face, which is great, and it also gives the light ring effect, but it also lights up your background. Now, if you want that, that's great. That's just the way it is. If you make videos or take photos or anything like that, and if you like that intense look, that's great. To me, I think it looks pretty cool. But then sometimes I want my background to be a different color. And when I have a light ring, and if I change the background to a color, it's not gonna be that great because it's hitting me and it's only hitting the background. So it's white on my face and also white on the background. Right now, everything is fine. It's whatever, this is the look I was going with. But nonetheless, that's how it is. So one of the things that I decided to do is not use a light ring, but give myself this, you know, the RGB thing, and then also put this reflector on the side like this. It kind of like when I put it, it reflects only on me. Obviously, this is not going to be on the shot. It's going to be far distance. So then it's going to only light up myself, and I'm going to be like white or light color. And the background, I can just add something else, which is pretty damn cool. This next one is to add items and colors to your background. When you're taking a photo or a video, whatever, it really is important. Not important, but it's one of those things that if you do this, it will grab people's attention, is to add stuff and color to the back. Like mine, I have this yellow thing, which is this yellow. I bought a foam board, and I just spray painted yellow, and that's it. And I just put it there. Then I have this small plant. I have this light that kind of like resembles fire. I have this. I just have this small little bit thing that took me a while to actually add. 2 stands right here. It does this thing so you can see a little bit of that, so it can look like it actually gives the effect that it is actually like hanging on, but it's not. It's hanging. But those are things that I just decided to add because I wanted to make the video look more interesting. A lot of times people say, yeah, my photos are not looking so great and stuff like that, because, well, if you add stuff to the background, like colors and stuff like that, it's going to make your image pop even more. A lot of times when you're filming or taking a photo, whatever, this thing can happen, which what I like to call it is the yellow room. Now, when you have this called the yellow room, what tends to happen is that your videos or your photos tend to look a little bit like old, out of date. And a lot of times that will make you think in your brain like, I need a good camera, which in reality you don't. You don't need a good camera. What you need is to get some daylight bulbs. Daylight bulbs are the ones that I have up here, this, which basically the color is, you know, it projects a daylight effect, and it's also white. The lights that you probably use is like probably orange or yellowish. So it's really important to know these things. Like, here's the thing, get your camera, go outside and then film outside. And if you see that the lighting outside is really great, that means you don't need a new camera, you just need to get some new lights, some softboxes. So it's important to know these things, because a lot of times you feel discouraged, and I know I felt that way when I first started. And once I went outside and stuff like that, I kind of realized, no, I just need lights. And then I changed the lights that I have, or I got some soft boxes, and it changed everything. So a lot of times it's the lighting that you have, okay? Try not to get the yellow room, because that's what I like to call it, because then they look kind of oldish, and also you get a lot of grain, get good lights. Yeah. So this part is going to be more like a DIY stuff. It's not going to be that difficult, just gotta let you know. Now, sometimes when you're filming, recording, stuff like that, you need to understand that you're going to be doing this thing by yourself. A lot of times, you know, you might not want your friends or family to like help you out, because a lot of times they can't, and a lot of times, like, even though sometimes you want to, at the same time they're probably not going to take good photos or good videos or something like that. So sometimes it's good to have the mentality that you can be doing these things by yourself. Now, to me, on the other hand, I want to have this effect where I'm like in frame, but then the camera kind of pans in and kind of pans out. Now in order to have somebody to help me out with that, and if my hair's not great and everything like that, it's, for them it's going to feel like a bother. It's just going to be like, oh, I don't want to do this, or like, I have to make time and stuff like that, and I'm pumped. I want to do this thing right now. So what I did is I went to a thrift store. I got myself a really cheap fan. Okay, now make sure that the fan moves when you turn it on. It can move like that. That's important, because if it doesn't do that, then it won't work. So I got myself a cheap fan that cost me like around $5. It was really dirty, but as long as it worked. Then after that, I took off the fan part. If I took it out, it was easy. I just took off some screws. Then I drilled in a hole in the inside of that so it can come out. Got myself a screw, a long screw that my camera will fit on the bottom of the camera. And then after that, I put it in a washer. I stuck it into the hole I did. I don't know if that sounds really dirty, but there's no other way to explain it, so you're gonna have to deal with it. Then I put another washer. Then I put like a no screw on top, and yeah, put the camera in. And that's how it looks like. That's how it is. So now what I can do is I can press a button, turn it on, press a button. Actually, not a button, but like this thing that kind of, I don't know, all fans they work differently, but I did something and then the fan kind of moved and I was able to get these cool looking shots. I don't know if that makes any sense. I don't know, I'm doing weird, but I'm moving around like, what? One thing I would like to say is that in the front part of the fan, where basically the part that's supposed to rotate, that I removed that metal stick thing, I left it there. It rotates, so you guys be careful. If you cannot remove that, then just be careful with it, because that thing's gonna rotate and it's just gonna be like that. So I would encourage you to be careful with it. So yeah, so there's that's about it. That's it. Hope you guys like that small little DIY thing. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. See you guys later, and yeah, bye.